Hello, very good morning to all of you. We are starting today with our topic. Our topic is Introduction to Computer Architecture and Hardware and Software Interface. Actually, we are talking about computer architecture and about their components like hardware and software and all that. First of all, we just seen the courses objective of this program. We want to describe the general organization and architecture of computer, and it's important to do this as we want to do means we want to work on that architecture, and we want to design or develop. If we want to design and develop new architecture, then first of all we want to study an existing one, and has we have to study what are the drawback in that architecture, and how we can overcome that architecture's drawback and continue with our new one, like that. And second one is identify computers major component and study their functions, and we are briefly introducing these things inside the slides. And introduce hardware design issues of modern computer architecture, like we are thinking, and we are talking about we are not briefly talking about it now. Build the required skill to read and research the current literature in computer architecture. And lastly, learn assembly language programming. Actually, learn assembly language programming is the most important part to do so. And likewise, next one is we are just courses topic, and these are the our overview of all topics. We are just skipping that, and there we are start with our new means our things like we are start with what we want to overcome. This is our first topic. What is computer? Computer simply put, a computer is a sophisticated electronics calculating machine. It is an electronic calculating machine according to this. We are just right over these points, and which accepts input information. We are accepting input information, or computer accepting input information, processes the information according to a list of internally stored instructions, and produce the resulting output information. And we according to this, we can say that it is a sophisticated electronic calculating machine that do these all things, means accepting input and producing sophisticated output, that we want, or that in a required format that we want. And then functions performed by computers are accepting information to be processed as input, storing a list of instruction to process the information, then processing the information the according to the list of instructions and all that, then providing the result of the processing as output. And like we can say that if we have raw data, and if we want to feed it in Excel, and then want to perform some operation on that, like doing sum and all that, sophisticated output like with likewise. Then what are the functional unit of computer that we are covering in next part? And that next is functional unit of computer. Input unit accept information, like input unit like keyboard and all that, like things, keyboard, mouse, and these are the unit that are giving input to the computer, through which it is processing that information, and etc and etc, and processing and providing the output as through output unit. This input unit accept information in the form of human operators or electromechanical devices or other computers. Likewise, these are the inputs unit that are means input unit accept information from the this resources, and output unit sends result of processing to a monitor, display, or to a printer, likewise, and all that things. We can say that IO, one of the part where two parts informations are mentioned, one and two. We can say that this diagram and whole this diagram, we can say IO part. And second part is memory. What are the functions of memory, and what the required information are stored at memory? The memory stores information like instruction, data, and likewise all other data. And then comes to next part, that is arithmetic and arithmetic and logic ALU unit, and means this is related to processor which contain ALU and control unit. ALU performs the desired operation on the input information as determined by the instruction in memory, and a control unit coordinates with actions like input, output, and processing. It coordinates all that things when you have to accept how it is accepting the input and how output will be shown, and likewise how processing is done, and all that things are controlled and done in sequence likewise. And next one is information in a computer instruction, means what information our computer instruction is means it's carrying. It is related to memory part, which where instructions and data is stored, and that part is continuing with over there. Information in a computer instruction, the instruction specify command to transfer information within a computer, that is memory to ALU, or transfer of information between the computer and IO devices, that is from keyboard to computer or computer to printer. Likewise, I want to print some pages and I am sending some command to printer through computer, and all likewise perform arithmetic and logical operation like adding, subtraction, division, multiplication, ending operation, likewise all logical operations also, and the arithmetic operation we can easily perform through it. And then we can say that what is instruction? A sequence of instruction to perform a task is called a program. It is a collection of instruction, we can say the program, which is stored in memory. We already talked about memory part. And processor fetches the instruction that makes up a program from the memory and perform the operations stated in those instructions. That what what information that instruction carry, that accordingly program perform that work. Or if program contains instruction of adding two number, then we are getting output by through that program. We have to add simply two numbers. Likewise we can do it with continue. What do the instruction operate upon? Means we can see this part in next, and means we can continue with that part next. Then information in a computer data. In a computer, information in a computer is called as data. Data are the operands upon which instruction operate. On which data means on which thing that instruction are operate, or operands are data. Simply data. Data could be, it could be a number, encoded character, etc., etc. Data in a broad sense means any digital information. It is any digital information that is provided to a computer. When a computer uses data that is enclosed as a string of binary digits called bits. It is a binary digit called bits that is processed by computer itself. Then next is input unit. Basically we are saying all the parts of our computer, and that first part is input unit. Then binary information must be presented to a computer in a specific format. This task is performed by input unit. Actually we are providing some input to keyboard, and we can take this example interfaces with the input devices like that. It accept in binary information from the input devices, like you can say that keyboard, audio inputs, and all that things present this binary information in a format accepted by the computer. Transfer this information to a memory to or a processor. Likewise keyboard is an input device, and if we want to say send some input to our processor, then through that input unit it is providing that information to processor to process it. And if we can also provide the data to memory also directly, or through processor also. Next one is a memory unit that we are talking about. And memory unit stores instruction and data. Recall data in represented as a series of bits. To store data, memory unit does stores a bit. It is simply recall a data or represent a series of bits. It stored the data in a memory unit, and it stored the data in the forms of bits. Bits are the nothing but 0 or 1 or flip flop, and it stored that, and it is arranged